What's going on, everybody? Welcome to today's video, reacting to Linkin Park singer Emily Armstrong responds to Backlash by Rockfeed. So what's going on, everybody? Today we're going to be reacting to new Linkin Park singer Emily Armstrong responds to Backlash by Rockfeed. As always, if you have not subscribed to Rockfeed, please go ahead and do so. And I've also taken the original video's link and put it in the description. Please click on that and give the original video a like. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next. And let's get to it.
Linkin Park's new lead singer, Emily Armstrong, is responding to significant backlash surrounding her past association with Danny Masterson of That 70s Show. She's got a new statement out. Today we're going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly surrounding Linkin Park's reunion. Let's jump into it. So after months of rampant speculation, finally we found out the rumors were true and Linkin Park is back at an epic event on Thursday in Burbank, California. The band took the stage and introduced Emily Armstrong to the world. Now, I'm sure before she joined the band, she knew she was getting into an impossible situation. But all things considered, I thought she did a really good job up on stage. I thought it was very clever, the whole rollout with Linkin Park, so much fun.
Okay, so I'm not going to act like I have not watched this video. As per usual, this is a legit reaction video, but I am aware of what the controversy is about with her. I'm sure they're going to get into that, and then I'll give, some commentary on that in a little bit. But as far as just her trying to fill the role of Chester, it's tough. It's tough. When you look historically with big bands, there's only been a few that have done it successfully. And that's which comes to mind, Black Sabbath. And they only really did it really successfully once with Dio afterwards. I know the Ian Gillan stuff, but it really didn't do that well. And Van Halen, they did well too once getting Sammy Hagar in. Now you remember, they tried Gary Sharon from Extreme, who's actually a fantastic performer and fantastic singer. But sometimes it still just doesn't work. The fans just plain old don't want it. They want that singer. Sometimes you just can't replace a singer because that's what they associate that band with, even though it is a band and not a solo artist. You can replace almost anybody in the band, unless, of course, their chief songwriter, Guns N' Roses, and that usually blows up on them for, not being able to put, your original material out. But, fans will still go to at least hear that voice. As much as we hate to say it, that's one of the most important things. And I thought she did an all right job, you know what I mean? But it's just the whole, it's not Chester thing. So that's going to be tough on its own.
Over the last couple of weeks, the countdown clock, I thought they did a fantastic job at creating anticipation for this band. But when the clock struck 0, everyone's like, what the hell is going on? And now we know there was, in fact, a very creative and deeper meaning, given that the album is called From Zero, which is also a nod to their original name before Linkin Park. So I thought that was great. I like the new song, The Emptiness Machine, although it's not, to me, it doesn't outperform anything on Meteora or One Step Closer, but I also think it's very unfair to compare the two. But in general, I like the song. It's not my favorite Linkin Park song ever, but it's definitely a true to form Linkin Park track. And, I've listened to it several times now and I really enjoyed it. I also didn't enjoy the ticket buying experience for Linkin Park. So I went into the queue. I found out that, if you join the LP Underground, you can get access to a pre-sale code. And I thought, well, this will be my best chance to be able to get into this Linkin Park show. I don't know anyone with Linkin Park or anything, so I'm like, let me just see if how this will work and whatever. So I paid my $25, and I'm sure many of you did as well. And I get up at 10 and I go in and I put my code in, and they're like, there are no more tickets left. Ticketmaster was completely unhelpful. It just said there were no more tickets left, which was just an erroneous, incorrect code.
Wow. I know already that, post C19 thingy, creative ways we have to say certain things on YouTube so we don't get demonetized. That the concert experience has been very difficult. A lot of big name bands. We're not talking local yokel nobodies like me and the kind of stuff that I'd be doing. The big name acts have been having a lot of problems with, renting tour buses, the cost of doing things, the cost has gone up and a lot of them have had to cancel out. And there's also been issues with Ticketmaster and the price of tickets going up and going insane. I hear about, Tay-Tay tickets going for like a couple $1,000s for like nosebleed and stuff like that. It's getting a little weird out there. So, but I can imagine, Linkin Park has been out of it for a while. And even with this new singer, yeah, it's going to be really difficult to get tickets. I didn't think that it was going to be easy to get tickets, but I didn't think he was going to have to go through this basically saying, oh yeah, you paid your deposit, whatever fee, reservation fee or whatever. There's no tickets available. I didn't think there was going to be, any kind of experience like he had at all though.
From them. And so I'm like, why is my shit not working? I want my $25 back. I had to go into another queue at noon. Once I get into that queue, there's like 50,000 people in the queue. And I'm just like, man, this. And so I hope that they didn't get $25 from like 50,000 people, many of whom didn't even get to buy tickets. That is a big cash grab if that's the case. But, who knows? I also was pretty surprised at, Linkin Park really giving some really advanced notice to a number of publications. The interviews have been good, and, they should do interviews with everybody. But so far, it's felt really corporate. I know a lot of you have asked if there's an opportunity to have Linkin Park here on the podcast. I have asked, haven't got.
Of course, he'd like to have Linkin Park on the podcast. Of course he would. And hey, I'm not saying that like he's some little YouTuber no, he's had quite a few big name acts on his podcast. I love the one video of him with Avenged Sevenfold. He's sitting backstage with them and they make it look like they're kicking him out because he's too small time a YouTuber, and they kick him on out. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure he'd love to. He's actually a huge Linkin Park fan. So yeah, he'd absolutely love to have him in there. I'm sure he would. Who wouldn't?
A response. We will see about it, but y'all know I am trying my hardest to make that happen. And, I hope that does occur. And if it does, I'd be honored to have them as guests. It does seem like they didn't anticipate the amount of scrutiny that Emily Armstrong was going to be under. And again, I support her as the singer. I'm happy to see them moving forward. And I'm really looking forward to whenever the opportunity is that I'll be able to see them live. But I want to say I was pretty surprised that this has kind of been fumbled with them, that you didn't see the Scientology stuff coming apparently, or the Danny Masterson stuff. As soon as the announcement was made, I started to see rumblings online about this stuff. I'm starting to dig into it, but it was kind of hard to make heads or tails about what was true and what was false. But then you have a member of the Mars Volta blasting her and blasting the band for associating with Danny Masterson and Scientology and all of that. And so let's take a look at the details of that and ultimately her response to all of this. She did issue a response, and then we're going to talk about the fallout for all of this and what this means for Linkin Park going forward. This is what we know. Almost immediately after Linkin Park introduced their new singer, Emily Armstrong, there was chatter on social media about her ties to Scientology and convicted rapist Danny Masterson, who is currently serving 30 years to life in prison. Yesterday, the Mars Volta's Cedric Bixler-Zavala took to social media to slam Linkin Park and their new vocalist Emily Armstrong over her connections to Scientology and her past support for Danny Masterson. The subject is a personal one for Cedric Bixler-Zavala. whose wife is one of Danny Masterson's accusers. Masterson, who starred in
Really?
That 70s Show, was convicted in court on charges brought by two Jane Doe accusers. The Mars Volta's Cedric Bixler Zavala reshared on his Instagram story yesterday a comment he left a year ago on Emily Armstrong's other band, Dead Sarah's Instagram. He wrote, "I'm surprised none of you wrote a letter on Danny Masterson's behalf since your corny-ass singer showed up to support him in the prelims. Remember, Emily? Remember how your fellow Scientologist goon squad surrounded one of the Jane Does when she was trying to leave the elevators? The court sheriffs had to escort her away from your awful cult. How do you..."
Whoa. Okay, that's a heavy. That is one that I did not know. Because from what I overheard thus far, what the issue was just that she was friends with him and she's involved in the Church of Scientology and they're friends. Now, let's get one thing clear. It doesn't always mean, even with the stuff that's going on with Diddy right now, okay? Not everybody that knew that person was involved in those sort of things. Okay, I thought at first it was just she was friends with him. Maybe she kind of said like, hey, said something about his character. I know him. He's a good guy. He's a friend of mine. Or maybe showed up to court for support, not knowing exactly what happened. But if they went and intimidated and blocked a witness from coming out, ooh, no. Like I said, I'm always trying to give people the benefit of the doubt. Because I say proximity to somebody, doesn't mean that you did it. Because think about it, even with everything that's going on with Diddy right now, people want to say anybody that was in a picture anywhere with Diddy. There's probably a lot of people that just met Diddy on a red carpet or something like that. Hey, let's do a picture. Next thing you know, oh my God, I took a picture with him, and I'm sure that there's people that did business dealings with him that had nothing to do with all those freak-offs. Just like I was sure, because I knew that there was an association between Emily and Danny Masterson. I didn't know that happened. That little bit of information changes things completely. It's one thing if you knew the guy and you thought he was an all right guy, you had nothing to do with that. You're thinking, okay, maybe he didn't do that, but you're going to go and intimidate a witness like that? No. Now I see. I've overheard, but yeah, okay. Yowza. How are they going to damage control on this one? This is bad.
Reconcile the homophobia found in the teachings of L. Ron Hubbard's Dianetics. And late last night, Emily Armstrong released a statement in response to the backlash. She wrote, "Hi, I'm Emily. I'm new to so many of you, and I wanted to clear the air about something that happened a while back. Several years ago, I was asked to support someone I considered a friend at a court appearance, and went to one early hearing as an observer. Soon after, I realized I shouldn't have. I always try to see the good in people, and I misjudged him. I have never spoken with him since. Unimaginable details emerged, and he was later found guilty. To say it as clearly as possible, I do not condone abuse or violence against women, and I empathize with the victims of these crimes." So in that statement, Emily says that, early on, she thought she was supporting a friend, and then she learned a lot about the details of that case, and then ultimately realized that it was a mistake for her.
Okay, I understand even what he's saying about her, saying that, she thought she was supporting a friend. All that is all well and good. But stopping a witness from going into the courtroom, no. There's a reason that we have a court system and all that sort of thing. There's laws in place for a reason, Yeah, you don't interfere with. Yeah, no. That's still, she said all the right things, but she didn't really address the gravity of things. If she did, in fact, if what that one member of the Mars Volta said was true, that her and a bunch of the other people from the church were trying to intimidate a witness, that's not just, she made really light of it. Let's put it that way. She made light of it. Eh, eh, eh.
To have supported him, and she's making herself very clear that she is totally opposed to him and supports the victims of that horrible, horrible person, Danny Masterson, who is now imprisoned 30 years to life. Now, that is your latest update here from Rockfeed. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for the latest news and updates about your favorite bands.
All right, that was reacting to new Linkin Park singer Emily Armstrong responds to Backlash by Rockfeed. So again, if you have not already subscribed to Rockfeed, go and give them a sub. I've included the link of the original video in my description. Please go and click on that and give the original video a like as well. And on this video, my video, leave a comment on what you'd like to see me react to next. Thanks for checking out this video. If you like what you saw, please subscribe, click the notification bell, like, comment, and share. It doesn't cost a thing and would really help out the channel. Also, please subscribe to my other channel, GK Mac Music, for some live looping live streams with a side of jackassery, some original music, and some short content, also with a side of jackassery. If you'd like to help out the channel financially, you can buy some merch at the merch store, or you can become a channel member. As always, everyone, thanks so much for your continued support. Do what makes you happy.